So it's great news, you know, something I've worked for, and to hear the news I wanted is great. So.
And there goes Daniel Ricciardo on Sergio Perez. Nico Rosberg. Ricciardo takes the lead.
Tear down, gonna burn this whole town to the ground.
Stories of the drivers who have worked their way up the ranks to reach the top levels of motorsport are always inspiring. One such driver who has captured our attention is Daniel Ricciardo. From his humble beginnings in karting to his famous overtakes in F1 races, Ricciardo's journey is truly inspiring. Daniel Ricciardo was born on July 1st, 1989 in Perth, Western Australia. His parents were both born in Italy, and Daniel has Italian as well as Australian citizenship. From a young age, Ricciardo showed an interest in motorsports, and his parents supported his passion by buying him a go-kart when he was just 9 years old, and natural talent was discovered. He soon began competing in local and national championships. In 2005, he won the Western Australia Formula Ford Championship, and in 2006, he moved to Europe to compete in the Italian and European Formula Renault Series. After several successful seasons in the Junior Formula Series, Ricciardo was signed by the Red Bull Junior team in 2008. He spent 2 seasons competing in the Formula 3 Euro Series before being promoted to the World Series by Renault in 2010. In his first season, he finished second in the championship, and he won the championship the following year. In 2011, Ricciardo made his Formula 1 debut with the HRT team, but it was not until 2012 that he secured a full-time drive with the Toro Rosso team. He spent 3 seasons with Toro Rosso, earning a reputation as a consistent and reliable driver. In 2014, he was promoted to the Red Bull Racing team, where he would compete alongside 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel. Standing on the highest step of the podium is a special moment in every F1 driver's career. Daniel had that moment in Canada almost 10 years ago, in 2014. Starting from 6th on the grid, he made his way through the field and inherited the lead when both Mercedes drivers encountered technical problems. Ricciardo held off a late charge from Nico Rosberg to take the checkered flag and become the first Australian driver to win a Grand Prix since Mark Webber in 2012. The win was a breakthrough moment for Ricciardo, who had proven that he had the talent and determination to compete at the highest level of motorsport. He went on to win 2 more races that season, in Hungary and Belgium, and finished 3rd in the championship behind Mercedes drivers Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg.
Yeah, it's been an unlucky start of the season.
Enjoy the podium, this time you get the points as well, I'm sure.
We've seen so many nice and clear manoeuvres, and it's hard to choose only one. But it would be a shame not to mention a single overtake when we talk about one of the best overtakers on the grid. So we decided to go back to 2014 and the Hungarian Grand Prix. Starting from 4th on the grid, he made a lightning start to move up to 2nd behind Hamilton. Ricciardo then pitted for fresh tyres and emerged from the pits behind Hamilton and Rosberg. In the closing stages of the race, Ricciardo began to close in on the Mercedes drivers, and on lap 67, he made a daring move around the outside of both Hamilton and Rosberg at turn 2 to take the lead. The move earned Ricciardo the nickname the Honey Badger and cemented his reputation as one of the most fearless and exciting drivers on the grid. Daniel Ricciardo is loved by everyone for 2 reasons: his driving skills and his sense of humour. He is known for doing crazy things like drinking champagne from his shoe, which many found disgusting but still miss it. Though he acts like a child at times, no one ever said his jokes were inappropriate. Ricciardo's playful nature was evident when he stole Hamilton's phone and played with his Instagram account, and even Hamilton's fans had fun. The press conferences were always entertaining with his constant talking, joking and smiling. Only Kimi Räikkönen could match his humour, but in a different way, through short sentences and a careless attitude. Daniel Ricciardo, who had been with Red Bull for 5 seasons, surprised the F1 world by leaving the team at the end of 2018 to join Renault, which was not a top team. Despite the risk, Ricciardo viewed the move as a chance to tackle a fresh challenge and help construct a team from the foundation. In the first season, he finished 9th in the championship. The following year was a bit better. He achieved 2 podium finishes, ending the season as 5th in the championship standings. But then he moved on to new obstacles and challenges. In 2021, Ricciardo left Renault for McLaren, surprising many. But he was excited to join a team with a strong F1 history and aimed to compete for race wins. Despite his excitement, the time with McLaren was disappointing. He finished the 2021 season in 8th place with only 1 race win at Monza. The 2022 season was even worse, with his younger teammate outscoring him by 85 points. Ricciardo was once considered a championship-winning driver, and we hope that his current role as a Red Bull reserve driver is not his last in F1. While he may not have the chance to win the title, it would be great to see him racing again. Ricciardo has already left his mark in Formula 1, but we would love to see more fighting on track and making jokes off track.
All right, well, I've returned to Milton Keynes. I lived here for 5 years. 5 years too long. It's traumatic. Support and love has been fairly unconditional, so that's cool. You know, I've got kind of the luxury of, but I also can put myself in the seat.
Currently, there are rumours about him being a replacement for Sergio Perez in Red Bull, but it is still just a rumour. We know that Ricciardo wants to race, but he is waiting for an opportunity to drive a decent car. Let's hope for the best.